what's up? It's Heather with the Mosco, and today we're doing another Amaryllis arrangement. If you don't know me, again, my name is Heather, and this is the Mosco, where we are learning to garden together, sharing our successes and failures, and trying things even though conditions may not be perfect. So today, in my last video, I did an Amaryllis arrangement for my dining room table. And I wanted to do one more this winter for just a different style, to just enjoy in where I have the rest of my houseplants, basically. So I got this Amaryllis from the same place I got the last one, which was, hold on, Amaryllis and Caladium Bulb Company. And I went over some statistics or some information on Amaryllis in the last video. So I will link that down below, but more or less, this is a South American bulb. It is a nymph bulb, and I wanted to do a mixed planting with it and some other things to make a really pretty, get some really pretty flowers going in the middle of winter. I have been soaking that bulb in water for like 8 or 9 hours. 12 hours is what is recommended, but I am lazy, so here we are. So we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. We are going to find our saucer. This container, I think it's 12 or 14 inches wide, lives outside on my back porch, and it's had dead plants in it for a hot minute. So I decided, instead of buying another container, I would just use that one, roughly clean it off. And I also don't know what possessed me to wear white today. I don't know. Or to have my hair be this fluffy. It's so fluffy! All right, so saucer. Technically this could use a large saucer, but neither here nor there. We're gonna put some potting mix in here. And again, with these, they don't like wet feet. So we're gonna do a little bit of trickery on these. Again, I did buy bulbs that were over 30 inches, I think it's millimeters, but 30 whatever these are in diameter, in an attempt, they should produce more bloom stalks. And I'm gonna bury this 2/3 of the way, so only 1/3 of the bulb is exposed. We're gonna try not to get any water or any dirt or any moisture inside this area. Now, to go with it, I purchased a couple plants. This one was half off. To kind of go with it and create a cohesive arrangement. But the thing is, these plants are not going, the Amaryllis bulb is going to want to be fairly dry. So I'm hoping these plants can tolerate that. Now I could I'm gonna have to raise this bulb up some. I could leave them in their pots so that we don't have that problem. But what I'm gonna do is, so I've got here 2 different types of ferns. Now these were 50% off, and they've got some dead going on, looking a little shady. But again, they were 50% off, and the place I buy plants is moving, and so they don't have a good selection right now. And then I've also got this Jubilee Ivy, which I thought would be pretty. And then for a little bit more color, we've got, I think, a Fittonia, 4-inch Fittonia. So what we're gonna do is just plant. Now, if you wanted to be more maybe conservative with how you're watering these, because again, these plants are probably gonna wanna have more water than what the Amaryllis bulb wants. I'm going to take the stance that that's gonna be okay, because this is a well draining pot. So that's what I'm going for. But if my container was bigger, I could just sink the entire, like, can these are in into there, take them out to water them. I'm horrible about watering houseplants, so I don't think that would work for me. This is so dry. Look at this. Little helpful hint, if you get a plant and it's looking real dry like this, soak it in some water. This is just the container I had the amaryllis in, so that it like doesn't die. I mean, honestly, I need to go with but I can hear my kitty somewhere. I'm making a mess. But that would be what I would do, is just sink the whole pot down in there. Now we are going to try to not do that because my container, quite frankly, isn't big enough to sink my pots down in there. But kind of the conundrum with amaryllis is that until they start blooming, they're not a whole lot to look at. In fact, when I got these bulbs in this morning, I was putting them in water, and Jason goes, "What? Is that an alien? Is that that's something from Star Wars?" Which, by the way, he is so good to me and my technology. But look what I do to my phone every day that, like, I'm out here. So bad. Oh, my kitty's in my garden. So on the kitty front, the dogs do want to eat the kitty. For those of you that have wondered if my dogs want to eat my kitty, yes, they do. All right, let's water this in a little bit. Just using the same water that like I say, because this is draining, and I'm gonna water it in today, and then I'm gonna try my best not to water it for a while. I also, just like the last video that I did with amaryllis, just like there you go, you can see me better now. Just like the last video that I did with amaryllis, we put sticks in, and I thought it was beautiful. So I'm gonna do that again. Now, there's two reasons for the sticks. One, it looks cool, okay? Don't judge me, it looks awesome. And I'm just sticking these into the soil. But also, when it starts to grow, if I need to tie it to there so that it'll stay, I can. Now, let me see if I can show you this. So this is what it's looking like so far. Just all these beautiful plants in here looking lush and green. And now I'm gonna take some moss. I was gonna go buy moss, but I did not do that. Instead, I went to my trusty side yard, which one day I will landscape, and then I won't have like this endless supply of moss top dress. But for now, I've got ugly side yard, but I've got an endless supply of moss. I would like, I've thought about doing like a moss yard over there, but I basically have that now and I don't love it, so I guess not, you know what I mean? And again, I'm not so sure about these ferns. They are looking pretty shady, but I will keep you updated on this, and then once the season is over, once they're done blooming, we will keep this as a house plant. And it'll still be really pretty with all these other things underneath it. There is a chigger on me. Okay. Now you could buy moss, obviously, but I have it for free available. So I'm going to use what I've got. I'm just gonna put some moss around, make sure we've got all the soil covered. And you know, the moss you buy is probably a little bit prettier, but it also has a price tag. And I don't know about y'all, but stuff ain't cheap right now. That looks pretty good, so let's take a look at it. And this is a completely like different vibe from the last one that we did. So that's really fun too. And that's what I was kind of going for, was I wanted a couple that looked, you know, different, something different. So that it can be, you know, just because these are, it's nice to have something growing and blooming this time of year, but maybe it doesn't need to be holiday themed all the time. Or maybe it does. I just poured something wet in my sandal. Funny story. So for the last video, I was picking greens, and I happened to be picking them where I had seen a snake recently, and I was like, I hope y'all know how much I want these greens. So here we have it, looking really awesome. And you can see the bulb is there in the middle, and we will again try to water it as sparingly as possible. Like I say, some of these are looking a little funky, but from a distance it looks really good and lush and beautiful. And like I say, when it starts growing up, we can then tie it if we need to. So that's gonna be it for me in this video. Again, comment below about your Amaryllis, what you got going on with that. Just wanted to show you another way that we're planting Amaryllis. And again, we will keep you updated on them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.